We're up early and leave the hotel in Bogota at 4:30 to catch the first flight to Medellin at 6:45. Our destination today is Jardin. We meet our driver, Uriel, for a 3.5 hour drive to Jardin. We check into the Casa Pasafloria, a nice boutique hotel on the main street of Jardin. We'll be in Jardin for 2 nights. Not far from the hotel is the Reserva Natural Jardin de Rocas. The Rocas in the name are the Andean Cock of the rock. These birds are very wary and difficult to see in the rainforest canopy. But here, they're very easy to see because this is a lek. Lek is a Swedish word meaning to play, as in children's free-form games and activities. Ornithologists have adopted the term lek to be the area used by male birds for courtship displays during mating season. I'd say our cocks of the rock weren't doing so well since we haven't seen a single female, but that doesn't seem to stop them from displaying. But we did get some great shots of this unusual bird that we probably couldn't have gotten anywhere else. Besides the cock of the rock, we also saw the red-bellied grackle, an endemic species, and others at the feeders. After we left the Jardin de Roca, we walked across a bridge to see what we could see. Below was a small stream surrounded by lush tropical vegetation. From the bridge, we were at eye level with some canopy-dwelling birds. Most of the birds were high in the foliage, but we were able to get a few good shots. Then back to the Casa Pasafloria for dinner and rest for a busy day tomorrow. In the early morning, we leave Uriel and the van behind in favor of two 4x4 SUVs for a long, winding, mostly dirt road to Mirador del Roble. We arrive at Mirador in time for a hearty breakfast. Mirador, which means viewpoint, is aptly named. At about 10,000 feet, the spot has a commanding view. Dorian gives us our next birding lesson. We're doing set birding, meaning feeders have been set up to attract the birds and we can sit and watch them. We're starting out at the hummingbird set. The set is not only about feeders, but also photography-friendly perches and flowers. There are some hummingbirds here that we saw at the Hummingbird Observatory, like this sparkling violet ear, but most are new. The most numerous species here is the buff-tailed coronet. We couldn't resist taking too many pictures of their interactions and acrobatics. Buff-tailed coronet is near endemic. It's only found in Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela. Another new hummingbird to us is the fawn-breasted brilliant. Not as flashy as some, but nice. The collared Inca, with its distinctive white chest patch, is easy to identify. Its range extends from Venezuela to Bolivia on the slopes of the Andes. The speckled hummingbird is easy to recognize with its black cheeks. The name comes from the green and bronze specks on their neck. At 10 o'clock, we drive up the road to Peña Blancos. We have an appointment with an ant pitta at the ant pitta set. Pinos Blancos is a quiet rest stop for the bus that runs from Medellin to Pereira. But today, it's a very busy place. The sound of caranga, Colombia's country music, fills the air. The Doña Mara Roadhouse is filled with people enjoying their morning coffee. Riders are saddling their mules. This flag on the Doña Mara will later provide the clue: Solo Mulas, only mules. These mule rides are a frequent event in rural Colombia, a social event and a celebration of the mule's role in opening up this rugged land for settlement. I couldn't resist a picture of these photogenic ladies as they were picking out their mule for the ride. The ant pittas did not appear at the set. The best we could do was this buff-tailed coronet. So we hiked back to Pino Blancos. We need to get back to Mirador before the mule riders take over the road. Just as we drive into Mirador, we're told to hurry. The tigrilla is here. The tigrilla has lots of names: Ancilla, northern tiger cat, and little spotted cat. The last is probably the best description of the small cat, which weighs between 3 and 7 pounds. This adult male has been habituated here and shows up regularly for a treat of raw chicken. It's a rare treat to see this little nocturnal hunter up close. It's listed as vulnerable, threatened by habitat loss primarily. The tigrillo gets his treat and runs off to devour his prize. Sherry's found some very friendly wood quail. They're only found here in Colombia. The food attracts some eared doves. Activity at the hummingbird feeders sends us back to the hummingbird set. Another new hummingbird is the mountain velvet breast with its curved bill. We saw the sparkling violet ear at the Hummingbird Observatory. Here we get to see the lesser violet ear, which is quite a bit smaller than the sparkling violet ear, but with the same violet ear patches. The bronzy Inca is a cousin to the collared Inca we saw earlier. The spectacular long-tailed sylph gets its name from a mythical spirit of the air. That seems appropriate. The tourmaline sun angel gets its name from its rosy pink gorget. Some fresh bananas have been set out for the fruit eaters. It doesn't take long before the tanagers arrive. Brush finches are more interested in the grapes. This tanager gets its name lachrymose, a $10 word for crying, because of the yellow patch below his eye suggests tears. Masked flower piercer's specialized bill works on grapes as well as flowers. Flowers at Mirador attracted another of the genus, the white-sided flower piercer. The squirrels were getting their fair share of the bananas too. A great thrush had a taste for grapes too. Everyone gave way when the 2-foot-long guan showed up at the feeder. While we ate our lunch, we were entertained by this caracara. Few more birds, and it's time to hit the windy road back to Jardin. We stop at a viewpoint for a view of Jardin surrounded by mountains. Back at Casa Pasafloria, we have dinner, unload the cameras, and recharge batteries, both ours and the cameras. We're getting ready for another day tomorrow. Dorian had planned several stops today, but it's a Sunday, and everyone is out for some kind of a religious festival. So we head out of town to Finca Bambusa. It's a small property with some exotic plants in the garden. Its set caters to ground feeders, and we see some new birds. The colorful Inca jay is found in the Andes from Venezuela to Bolivia. Colombia is the southern end of the range of the gray-headed dove. It can be found throughout Central America to eastern Mexico. Doves and pigeons seem to like the fare here. As the name implies, the Canada warbler is here only for the winter. Soon it will be flying back to Canada for the summer. There's also a feeding station for the fruit eaters. The exotic flowers in the garden attract some new hummingbirds. Some stop by the lone feeder as well. Things are slow in the garden, so we try the road, but the best we can do is this appropriately named roadside hawk. It's a 4-hour drive from Jardin to Manizales, our next base of operations. So we sit back and watch Colombia roll by. We're definitely in coffee country now.